New at 6, we are hearing from the protesters arrested on the UT campus last night. Officers arrested 11 people. 3 of them are university students. We're also learning more from the university and legal experts about their charges and what's next.
10 News anchor Ryan Katene spoke to the people arrested as they walked out of jail this morning. One of them owns a restaurant in Knoxville that won the title years ago as the nicest place in America.
Wrapped in both the traditional Palestinian kufiye and an American flag, Yassine Tarou stood proudly in front of the Roger D. Wilson detention facility.
A lot of people, they were trying to turn this between American and Palestinian. We are proud Americans supporting the stop of the genocide in Palestine.
Just 12 hours earlier, Tarou was handcuffed with zip ties and charged with criminal trespassing.
The officer for the booking, they asked me to not smile. Told them I'm happy to be in the right side. I'm happy to be with these students. I'm happy if in the future happened something to this free speech, I'm happy I did my part. I'm happy I stand for it in the right side, in the right history.
The right side of history is where these students and others say they are, gathering for a vigil Wednesday evening in front of the College of Law to mark a day of mourning for Palestinians.
I just wish people would stop being so apathetic. You know, it doesn't take a lot to go and care about other people, even if they're on the other side of the world.
UT administrators say they gave the group multiple warnings: move to a different designated spot on campus or get arrested.
It's hilarious that the university is saying this area, they told us this, we told you this is the free speech area. You can have free speech there, you cannot come here. That is just ridiculous.
I was very clear with the administration, with the police right there. It's like, if you give us that 20 minutes, I'm going to make sure everybody will leave safe and you don't need to do anything. They was like, we are not here to negotiate.
Tarou says getting arrested was not part of the plan, but he'll continue to fight for his and others' freedom of speech.
If you don't stand up for other people's right, it's going to come the time for you when you need people to stand for your right.
In Knoxville, I'm Ryan Katene.
Yassine says his wrist was hurt during the arrest. He did spend part of the night in the hospital.
Yassine also serves on the Board of Visitors for UT's Religious Studies Department and was awarded a diversity award by the university in 2021. Now, we did reach out to the university today about what led up to the arrest. We asked UT about the warnings that group received. A spokesperson says the university has repeatedly communicated for 2 weeks about its policies, including the time, place, and manner for holding events. An administrator provided a verbal warning, then UTPD provided a verbal warning. That violation would result in trespass citations and arrests if they did not vacate the area within 10 minutes.
Efforts to dissuade them were unsuccessful, and as the university continues here, and as a demonstrator's own personal video account attests, some made a conscious choice to ignore repeated requests and warnings and move their event to non-reservable areas, knowing they would be arrested. The university says it did have a different space reserved for the group.
We bring in 10 News reporter Vinay Simlot. Now, Vinay, we are getting an inside look now at some of the legal conversations between the university and those demonstrators.
Yeah, those people arrested last night were charged with criminal trespassing. That's a misdemeanor. The warrant for Yassine says a campus official gave the group 10 minutes to leave the area where they gathered. When they didn't, officers began making arrests.
Criminal trespass is typically a very low-level misdemeanor, a B or a C misdemeanor. I would anticipate these matters will be resolved favorably.
Attorney Mike Whalen is giving advice to the group on legal issues. He says the university is applying laws differently to this group gathering on campus than others.
You can't just choose to apply the policy sometimes and apply the law sometimes and not apply them sometimes. And God help you if you come tailgating this fall, because if you got food and you got the little tent over your head, you're intending to camp.
That attorney says the students are getting mixed messages from the university. The university is choosing to selectively apply its rules, he says.
And Vinay, the university says it has given the group a place to protest.
Yeah, UT says it's reserved the area in front of the student union for the demonstrations between 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. through this Saturday. University policy says it's allowed to impose time, place, and manner restrictions on protests. Our legal analyst Don Bosch says as long as they give them somewhere to protest, the university is not violating the First Amendment rights.
And we have seen some difference in how the university handled other gatherings earlier this month, Vinay.
Yeah, on May 2nd, UTPD took 9 people into custody. None were arrested, none were booked. Then the 2 non-students received citations. The students who were taken into custody are going through the Code of Conduct policy at UT. Now this time, everyone was arrested and taken to the Roger D. Wilson Detention Center. UT says state law says the arrests were appropriate because it's likely they'll continue the offense. Now, UT leaders told us in a statement the demonstrators again made a conscious choice to ignore repeated warnings.
Vinay, thank you.